Hello, my dear students. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss an important keyword, that is commitment, from GS paper 4, that is ethics, integrity and aptitude. So let's discuss the meaning of commitment in detail. So first I will start with one basic thing, that in our individual life, personal life or in public life, what we see is that we face challenges. Okay, we face external pressure. Okay, so during that challenge or during that external pressure, how do we respond? Our character, the definition and the moral behavior of our character is defined by that particular thing. Okay. For example, you have set a particular goal in your life and you remain loyal and focused for that particular goal. This is what commitment. And here the meaning is not only limited to particular goal only. It may be any responsibility, or it may be any relationship also. For example, okay, if you remain loyal and focused for a particular responsibility also, that is what commitment. If you remain loyal and focused for a relationship also over a time, that is also known as commitment. So when we talk about commitment, what is commitment? So commitment simply means a firm dedication or pledge for a particular cause, for a particular task or responsibility, a firm dedication or pledge for a particular value, a firm dedication or pledge for a particular person or duty in all circumstances. It means that even if there are challenges, even if there is any external pressure, so there must be a kind of unwavering determination to fulfill your own promise, duties or values with sincerity and perseverance. So that is known as commitment. So let's see the definition of commitment. What is the definition? I have already discussed that when we talk about commitment, so commitment refers to a firm dedication, okay, or pledge for a particular cause, for a task, for value, person or duty, regardless of the circumstances or the challenges or external pressure. It means when we talk about commitment, so commitment is a kind of internal drive, the internal drive to remain loyal and focused on a particular goal, to remain loyal and focused for a particular responsibility or relationship over time. Okay, so the true commitment, when we talk about true commitment, so it involves what? It involves consistency of action. This is an important part in commitment. It involves consistency of action. The second point that it involves is loyalty, and the third point in commitment that it involves is what? Okay, the third important point here is, okay, resilience. Okay, now what are the components of commitment? We need to understand this. If you want to understand commitment, okay, in a more clear manner, we must know the components of commitment. This commitment definition, it is unwavering determination to fulfill one's promises, duties or values with sincerity and perseverance. So you don't need to remember the definition, but once you understand the definition, the components of this the components of the keyword, then you can easily write in your own words. So here, when we talk about the core elements or components of this commitment, so there are 5 components that I have written here. What is the first component? That is dedication. And what is dedication? Okay, suppose we are given a particular task. Suppose we are getting we have got a particular responsibility, so we are involved in a particular task or particular responsibility. So if you wholeheartedly involve yourself in that particular task or responsibility, that is called dedication. Okay, it means that you will put all your efforts in that particular task, or you can say that you will put all your efforts in fulfilling that particular responsibility, is known as dedication. And what is consistency? It simply means that if we are trying to pursue or achieve a goal, if we are doing or some task, if we are performing any if we are fulfilling any responsibility, so during the process what we see, there will be many distractions, there will be many difficulties, there will be many challenges, and we don't have to be distract from these challenges. We will have to fight hard these challenges, we will have to resist the failures, and we will have to make continuous effort, okay, in order to accomplish that task. And this is known as consistency. So if you see dedication, if you see consistency, it means there is commitment, okay. And accountability simply means what, okay, whenever we are performing any duty, whenever we are doing any obligation, so what we see many a times, okay, when we are doing any task, okay, there may be what, the the task, the result of this task could be positive or negative, but we should always ready to be accountable for our own mistakes, okay. We should not try to blame others for what we have done. This is what accountability, okay, the kind of a responsible behavior where we are ready to accept the consequences of our actions, okay, that our actions are ethically good or not, the results whatever be the results, we will accept that I am responsible for what I have done. This is what accountability. So whenever you see accountability, it means that it is a component of commitment. The next one is endurance. Endurance simply means what, okay, you will stay during the course, especially during the failure or the hardship, you will keep going, you will keep moving, okay. So that is what endurance. So endurance is also a component of commitment. And the last and the most important thing is what, okay, loyalty. And what is loyalty, or what is moral loyalty here? So it simply means that, okay, suppose, okay, each and every person have some principles or values. So I think that a man must be having some principles or values in your life, okay. Without values, without principles, you will not be able to live a meaningful life. So we'll all follow some principles or values in our life. So if we are loyal to these principles and values, if we don't compromise with these principles or values in any situation, in any circumstance, that is what moral loyalty, okay. The same is true for the people also. We work for some people, we work with some people, okay. And if even in difficult circumstances we will keep supporting them, so that also shows our sense of commitment, okay. You are working in some organization or institution, and if that institution is facing tough challenges or difficult times, and you are still, okay, helping and supporting that institution wholeheartedly, that also shows your moral loyalty. And all these components are commitment. So if you want to identify this value commitment, so it is very easy, okay. Try to find these components and you will be able to make a conclusion that the person is having the value of commitment or not. This is the point. Now let's move ahead. So what we see, that commitment as a value is very much important for civil servants. Not only for civil servants, but commitment is important for everyone. So let's discuss first that why commitment is important for civil servants, okay. So there are many reasons that I have written here, okay. So the first reason is upholding constitutional values. What does it mean? It simply means that, okay, if you are a civil servant, you will have to work for the public interest, you will have to work to ensure the public welfare, okay. And while performing your duty, you will have to follow administrative ethics or service ethos. And if you are doing all this, okay, it simply means that you are trying to uphold constitutional values. If you are performing your task with integrity, it means that you are upholding constitutional values, and this shows your commitment for your duty. So for upholding constitutional values, it becomes very much important for the civil servants, okay, to have this value of commitment. The second important reason here is long term public welfare. In administration, basically, we are doing what? We are just in administration, we are a part of this implementing body, executive body, where we will try to implement the programs and policies that are designed by the government. For example, the programs and policies that are related to education, that are related to environment, that are related to health, that are related to poverty alleviation, and all these programs and policies, okay. Resource management is also an important part of it, okay. You will have to fight with the resources also. With low resources, you will have to bring more productivity. So if you are doing your duty, okay, and if you are implementing these programs, okay, so these programs will not be effectively implemented with a short term enthusiasm, okay. When you are working on these broader programs on policies of the government, so it will require a sustained effort, okay, sustained effort, a smart effort to accomplish the task. So when you make that sustained effort or a smart effort to accomplish the task, it means that, okay, we can say that you are committed to your duty. And in a larger sense, we can say that for long term public welfare, what is important? So commitment is important. The third and the most important point is crisis management. As a civil servant, you will face difficult situations in your service tenure. You will find that there will be disasters, you will find that there will be corona like pandemics, you will find that there will be communal rights, okay. And during all these situations, okay, you will have to rise above personal risk. You will have to work to uphold law and order. You will have to do efficient service delivery. And in all these situations, what is needed? Committed officers can accomplish this task of crisis management in a very efficient manner, and that is why commitment is important for civil servants as well. The next important point is maintaining ethical code of conduct. So while in service, okay, there will be political pressures, there will be bureaucratic hurdles, okay. There will be people who will threaten you that you will be transferred, you will be suspended. But in all that situation, you will have to perform your duty with integrity, with honesty, with diligence, okay. And if you are doing this continuously, we will say that you are committed to your duty, okay. So it also, commitment also helps in maintaining ethical code of conduct when we talk with respect to the civil servants. The next point is institutional development. It simply means what? If you are a civil servant, if you are a committed officer, if you are committed to your duty, so ultimately you will do what? You will promote transparency. You will promote, okay, people friendly governance, okay. You will promote people friendly institutions, okay. It means that you will not only fulfill the task or responsibility, but you will try to build a strong, a transparent and people friendly institutions, okay. It means that the institutional development will take place if you are a committed civil servant. And when institutions, okay, institutional development will take place, so this is also in sync with the democratic ethos. When public institutions, government institutions, they will perform in an efficient manner, okay, when there will be people friendly task there, so you will find that the confidence of the people in the government institutions, the confidence of the people in this system that is called democracy and the state will increase. And this ultimately shows that, okay, you are upholding values of commitment, and in this way you are upholding what? Constitutional values. So obviously we can say that this value of commitment is very much important for the civil servants. Not for the civil servants, it is also important for everyone, okay. Everyone means everyone, okay. In personal life, in public life, even if you are a civil servant or not a civil servant, for commoners it is important, okay, because each and every individual has set some goals in their life, okay. Whether you are doing business, whether you are pursuing education, whether you are preparing for the civil services, you will find that each and every person has some goals in their life. Even relationships has some goals. Okay, so what matters here most is the commitment towards your duty, not the talent. You will find that civil service exam is a difficult exam in the sense that, okay, uh, once you fill the exam in second or third stage, you will have to start from the scratch, from the beginning. Okay, so it takes time. Many students clear it in 1 or 2 years, but some take more time. But still, if they are committed, what happens in 3 years, 4 years? They do what? They finally achieve their target. So you will find that many talented students, okay, they don't clear this examination, but many average students are able to clear this toughest examination in the country. What is the reason behind this? The reason is that, okay, they are more committed towards their goal. Okay, so this commitment is more important. Okay, even if you are an average student but you are committed towards your goal, you will be able to achieve your goal. So that is an important value. Okay, the second important point, okay, commitment. Okay, so though if you are a committed person, so this will promote trustworthiness. People will start, okay, having trust and belief in you. Okay, and if the trustworthiness as a value in the society will be promoted, so this will further promote social harmony. Okay, if you are a trustworthy person, okay, so your personal relationship will also be better, and at the same time your professional relationships will also be better. Okay, and if it will happen, obviously we can say that our personal growth will be ensured. If we are committed, okay, it means that we are having the kind of emotional maturity. If we are committed, it means that we are self disciplined also. It also an indication of the character of a person. Okay, so when a person is committed, it means that it will definitely ensure the personal growth of that particular person or individual. The next point is social progress. Many times we see that there are many NGOs, there are many committed citizens who are working for the women rights, who are working for the protection of the environmental rights, who are also working to fight corruption. Okay, who are trying to aware the people, and they are doing it willingly. They are making efforts, okay, to bring changes in the society. They are not taking salary, but they are using their own resources. Okay, and they are working for the welfare of all. Okay, so how is it possible? It is only possible due to some committed citizens who come ahead. Okay, they take the task of promoting public awareness, and in this way we see that social progress is ensured. So we can say that the commitment is important for everyone. Now let's understand this concept with a few examples. So I have told you that commitment is important for everyone. Okay, now for example, if you are an IAS officer, okay, if you are an IAS officer and you have got posting in a rural area or a drought prone area or a tribal area, okay, you are working for the promotion of health and education, you are working for the promotion of water conservation. Okay, so you are working in a backward district, working with the tribal people, working for the promotion of health and education, working for the revival of any river, working for the water conservation. Okay, so during this process you will find there are a lot of challenges. Okay, so many people will exit. You will find that many people also quit the services because they find more challenging. Okay, and why they quit the services? Okay, you cannot compare the private company's job, MNC's job, with civil services job. There is a bigger difference here. Okay, so if you are a committed officer, if you are committed for the service of people, and if for that reason you have joined the services, so definitely this value of having long-term commitment to ensure public welfare will motivate you, will guide you, will give you inner motivation, and finally you will work for the environmental sustainability and public service. So that is a very important thing. Commitment is a very much important thing, okay, for civil servant. For example, you must have heard this in newspaper that when election comes, we see that suppose there is a very remote village, okay, and in very remote village there are only 5 or 6 voters, but still as election commission make provisions, and the polling team, okay, even if the terrain is very difficult, they cross the river, they use boats, okay, they walk on foot for 20 to 30 kilometers to reach at that remotest location, okay, uh, to on the booth for 5 or 6 voters. It shows what? It shows institutional commitment, the commitment of our democracy for the promotion of democratic values. Okay, so this commitment is not only the part of individual. Okay, when we say commitment, it also involves the public institutions as well. Okay, for example, this example shows the institutional commitment for the promotion of democratic values. Okay, this is one point. This might be possible that you are a doctor and voluntarily you are giving your services in a remotest tribal district. Okay, and you are offering no fee or a very negligible fee from the patients, and you are working for the benefits of these people. Okay, last mile, you can say that you are working at the grassroots level to bring changes in the lives of these poor people. So how is it possible? Is it possible because you are committed, you are committed to the medical ethos, and you are more committed to the social service. So this commitment is very much important. The small group of committed people has bring changes in this world, and they have set examples. Now they are the ideals, okay, which the people whom we consider ideals were committed people. Example, Mahatma Gandhi, okay, fought for the independence of India. He was committed for what he was doing, and for that what he did, he was committed for a bigger goal, okay, to ensure the independence of India. And for that reason what he did, he quit his previous profession of, okay, a lawyer. So this all shows that commitment is as a value is very much important. Okay, let's take another example. The another example is from Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita emphasizes on niskam karma. It means what? We have to act with full dedication without having any expectation of the fruits or rewards. What is this? When we are acting with full dedication without having any expectation for the fruits or rewards, this is what? Our commitment to our duty. It means we are committed to our duty. We are not committed to outcomes. Karmanya vadika raste ma phalesu kadachana. This shows a sense of commitment. In Kantian ethics, in classes, we will read about Immanuel Kant and his duty ethics. Okay, and what Immanuel Kant says, that there are some rules. Okay, there is a duty. Okay, and the morality lies in what? Morality lies in performing that duty. It means doing the right thing because it is right. Okay, that is called duty based ethics. Okay, and you must be committed as a civil servant. You must be committed to your duty. The example of Mahatma Gandhi I have already discussed with you. There is a philosopher. The name of that philosopher is Aristotle. So Aristotle talks about virtues. Okay, and Aristotle talks about virtue based ethics. Aristotle focuses on the character of a person. Okay, that our character, we should learn to acquire these virtues. And Aristotle says that we should always try to bring moral excellence in our personality. We should try to learn, develop, and acquire the virtues like the courage, like the intensity. Okay, all these are virtues. Okay, we should practice these virtues again and again. Okay, so what will happen? Commitment is clearly, commitment as a virtue has not been mentioned in Aristotle's philosophy. For example, courage is a virtue, but commitment has not been mentioned. But still, commitment is the essence of all the virtues. Okay, so according to Aristotle, when we say commitment, it is an inner dedication to perform consistent moral actions. That is what commitment. It means there is a list of virtues, but Aristotle says that there is a list of virtues, but if you have knowledge of these virtues, what is important? Habit formation is important. Okay, having knowledge about that virtues is important. We will have to practice those virtues, okay, in real world, and gradually it will happen. It will not happen in one day. It will happen in a gradual manner. We will have to practice day by day, and in this way our moral character will be defined. So Aristotle says that virtues are built or developed through continuous practices. Okay, Aristotle also says that habit formation is important. Okay, if you are doing continuous practice, so how it will happen? virtues are built through continuous practices. But why you will do continuous practices? So if you are committed to perform the right action, you will do continuous practice, right? And in this way you will acquire virtues. So this is an important point. Okay, and that's why Aristotle says that a committed person is a virtuous person, and a committed person, a virtuous person, leads a fulfilling life, which Aristotle says is the stage of eudaimonia, a meaningful life and ethical living. Okay, so Aristotle says that we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence is not an act but a habit. So how we can reach at the level of excellence? By this habit of performing moral actions continuously. So this commitment towards the values is a very important part. Okay, that's why Aristotle says that when we say commitment, it is not a one time promise, or commitment is not anything that you will learn in a single day. For that, what is needed? Continuous practice and habit formation is very much important. Continuous ethical choices are very much important. So this is the focus of Aristotle. So commitment, I hope that you have understood the meaning of commitment. Okay, so this is an important part, okay, in your syllabus. So I hope you are familiar with the value of commitment. Now I will also discuss with you that Aristotle virtue ethics, I have already discussed with you about this commitment. Okay, now the next important part is one more thing, Kant. So Kant के बारे में I have already discussed with you that Immanuel Kant argued that morality lies in acting duty. Okay, so commitment simply means what? We are committed to the moral duty that we have to do. Gandhian philosophy, there is a role of commitment. Okay, Gandhi was committed to truth and non-violence, and service was the cornerstone of his moral leadership. And Gandhi says that full effort is full victory. Even if you don't succeed immediately, your commitment is a moral success. So Gandhi was committed to higher goals in his life. Gandhi fought for the freedom and independence. Bhagavad Gita Nishkam Karma I have already discussed with you that act with full dedication without expectation of fruits or rewards indicates commitment. It means we should be committed to our duty. We should not care. We should not worry about the fruits or results or the outcomes. This is what Bhagavad Gita says. Now the question is that commitment as a value, how it can be fostered or how it can be promoted in the public life. So one point is what? Civil services training. Commitment as a value, we are already getting the knowledge and information from our childhood days. When we were in school, moral education was a part of our curriculum. Now in GS paper 4, okay, ethics, integrity and aptitude is a part of our syllabus. Once you clear this examination, you will get training, and in training you will be taught administrative ethics, public ethics. You will be taught the values like resilience. Okay, you will be taught about the purpose driven roles. You will be taught that when you will be difficult situations, how you are going to respond. So this training will also shape your character and behavior. Okay, and role model and mentoring is also having an important role. Okay, you will be familiar with the many committed officers. Okay, you are already familiar with many committed leaders of our freedom movement. You are already familiar with many committed thinkers and philosophers. Okay, so role models and mentoring teaches us to be committed in our life. For example, there is a movie that is based on a real life incident, Kostau. The role was played by Nawazuddin Siddiqui. So how he fought for the protection of the rights of whistleblower, that is an important part in that movie. So Kostau will become what? Role model for the future generation, role model for the future civil servants. Okay, so if you are committed in performing your duty, definitely you will be the role model. And what is recognition and encouragement? Okay, it means that, okay, committed person and working in an organization where there are committed persons, it will ultimately promote a culture. Okay, and in this culture, if you are a part of this culture, you will learn to be committed towards any person, towards any organization, and you will also make valuable and serious efforts for the growth and promotion of that organization. And it is not only true for individuals, it is equally true for the institutions as well. Okay, from the school level, okay, we are giving this education that is called moral education, and all is what? Commitment. For example, in Indian philosophical tradition, we use the word dharma, And what is dharma? Dharma is different from the Western meaning of dharma. Here, dharma means a sense of moral responsibility and performing our duty. So that is what dharma. So what we say is, what we see, that even the meaning dharma also indicates towards a sense of duty. And this duty is what? Commitment for performing our own duty as a family member, as a member of the society, as a member of the community, as a member of the nation. And a committed person, okay, inspires and motivate other people. A committed person is committed not only in his public life, but a committed person is also committed in his personal life. And in this way, they make their life more meaningful. So that is an important part. Commitment is a very important value. So commitment is the backbone of a character of a person. Okay, this is an important part. Civil servants, commitment is very much important. For individuals also, commitment is very much important. Okay, so commitment as a value is important. I hope that in this video now you are familiar with the basic idea of what commitment is. Thanks to all of you.